The Haunted Hike. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the dense forest, a group of adventurous friends gathered at the trailhead for a hike. They would never forget. The trail, known as the Haunted Hike, had gained a sinister reputation for its eerie ambience and unsettling legends. Some said it was cursed, while others claimed that those who ventured too far never returned. Despite the ominous stories, the friends, led by Alex, a thrill-seeking nature enthusiast, were determined to experience the hike for themselves. The group included Sarah, Alex's level-headed best friend, Mark, the skeptic Emily, the horror movie buff, and Jake, the jokester. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew chillier and an unsettling silence enveloped them. The trees seemed to whisper, and shadows danced in the corners of their vision. The path twisted and turned, becoming narrower as they pressed on. Emily began to recount the tales she had heard about the hike, disappearing hikers, strange lights, and eerie laughter. Mark laughed it off, insisting that it was all just local folklore, meant to scare people away. The group soon reached a clearing where an old, decrepit cabin stood. Its windows were shattered, and its walls were covered in vines. Jake playfully knocked on the door, only to have it swing open with an unsettling creak. They exchanged nervous glances before entering cautiously. Inside, the cabin seemed frozen in time, as if its inhabitants had abandoned it in a hurry. Faded photographs adorned the walls, and a journal lay open on a dusty table. As they read through the journal, they discovered entries detailing strange occurrences and unexplainable noises. As darkness fell, they decided to set up camp inside the cabin. Sarah built a fire, the crackling flames casting eerie shadows on the walls. Emily's nerves were on edge, and even Mark's skepticism wavered as the feeling of being watched grew stronger. A distant, haunting melody drifted through the air, and the group followed it outside, where they discovered a dilapidated music box hidden beneath a tree. Emily hesitated, her fingers hovering over the ornate box. But her curiosity got the better of her, and she wound it up. The music that spilled forth was hauntingly beautiful. But as it played, the forest around them seemed to come alive with whispers and rustlings. The friends exchanged terrified glances and stumbled back to the cabin. Suddenly, the ground shook and the cabin walls trembled. Emily dropped the music box, and its melody warped into a discordant tune. The cabin's walls seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy. In a panic, the group fled into the forest, racing down the path they had come. The forest seemed to close in around them, and the shadows grew darker. Sarah screamed, and they all looked back to see a shadowy figure emerge from the cabin, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. Their hearts pounding, they didn't stop running until they burst out of the trees and back into the safety of the trailhead. Gasping for breath, they looked back one last time. But the forest was still and silent, as if the malevolent presence had never existed. As they caught their breath, Mark turned to the group. "So much for skepticism," he muttered, shaken by the experience. No one could deny what they had witnessed that night. The Haunted Hike had lived up to its reputation, leaving the friends forever changed by the terror they had encountered in the heart of the forest. And even now, as they shared their story with others, the memory of that haunting melody and the sinister presence in the cabin would forever haunt their dreams. As the storyteller finished, the crackling of the campfire seemed to echo the dissonant melody of the music box, and the group huddled closer, unable to shake off the lingering feeling that they were not alone.